there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Welcome to your reading for your new moon that is happening in your sign. It is happening here in the Eastern Time Zone of the U.S. on Friday the 19th at 11:53 a.m. You have here the Sun card, the leader. There you go. I lead from the heart. I lead from the heart. So what's really fascinating about this is every new moon becomes a full moon eventually, and usually it takes about 1.5 to 2.5 years to do that, but this one doesn't become a full moon until November 21st of 2029. So this is the one that finishes out the decade. This is the one that takes us places. And moves us into the age of Aquarius. And so this is a very slow moving, of course it is, developing, deepening in the maturity toward the success that you are moving toward. Oh my God. Look at you. I actually want 2 on the bottom here. Okay, so wow. Holy, okay. I have been so enjoying these. Look at this. Okay, this is exciting. So you have the card of the leader, but currently you're sitting in the energy of the 9 of Cups, which is called laziness. I lead from the heart. 9 of Cups would be about you have everything you need. Like you know how to make and manifest what you want. But there's what's missing. Look, he's sitting all by himself. He has everything. He's sitting, though, against this broken glass kind of thing. And there's the chessboard in front of him. And he's figured out how to manifest. He's figured out how to manifest. But it looks like what he's missing is something here in the heart. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so there is the 6 of Swords energy that is in your conscious mind, and it's called the burden. And so you are healing. You are consciously trying to heal from something. There is something that you planted your seed of intention, because we have the seed of intention right here, the Ace of Pentacles here in the thing that happened in the past that has put you in this situation. So you definitely know how to manifest physical comforts and stuff like that for yourself. You have the ability to strategically figure out how to maneuver yourself into position around business or career advancements, and you're always looking to, you don't maybe have a lot, but what you have is good, right? Like you aren't going to waste your money on buying some cheap whatever. You're going to save up until you can get the good stuff. That's kind of your attitude, is like, I can wait for that. It's all that patience that Taurus has. But here we have this burden. So if you look at that guy, he looks really tired and exhausted, and he's carrying somebody on top of him who thinks that they are all that and a bag of chips. And he's got this arrogant crow sitting on top of him for the hat, which means there's a lot of arrogance. Either you're carrying your own arrogance or someone else's. It's a burden. It's a burden because this is on your conscious mind. This is not the energy outside of you. So I really don't know if that... sometimes we achieve a certain status, and we're and we like the way people look at us because we have that status, but we're not actually happy there. Something's missing, and right, because he's all by himself there. He's got everything he wants, but he's sitting all by himself, and it looks really cold. For a water sign thing, that looks really cold, and it's water, and that almost makes you feel like those are glaciers, but they actually look like broken mirrors. But either way, that would be reflective energy, and it's all cracked and broken. Your overall energy here is beautiful. You have the King of Pentacles, totally you, it's abundance, and the Ace of Swords, this consciousness, this awareness, and this is having it all. The opportunity is there. Like he's very grounded. He's got the sun and the moon. He can shine. He knows how. And look how this moon right here really looks like this moon here, this consciousness. And so there is an opportunity here to really pull all the pieces together and have everything. To really have everything in it. And I feel like almost inside of you, it's about bringing in the divine masculine and divine feminine energies that we all have inside of us and bringing them together in a way that really lets us have it all. But it's also about maybe finding the right kind of partnership or community or business or something that has, it's not just financially rewarding, it's emotionally rewarding, right? I lead from my heart. So it could be that, okay, so you are a business mogul, probably, and you have worked really hard and you have all this money and you have everything, but you look around the world and you see that other people, maybe they don't have, and you're like, wow, I have this beautiful house that I live in. I worked really hard to get here, and it's not taking anything away from that. But other people are struggling because they don't know how to manifest. They don't understand that you focus on something and you move toward it and you see the vision and you don't let go of the vision, right? Leading from the heart. And so maybe you decide to offer at the local library classes that share some of the wisdom and knowledge that you've gained along the way. Or maybe you decide to start a not-for-profit where, it is helping people to come and they work alongside of other construction workers or whatever, and they build homes. And then, they build each other's homes or something. I don't know. It feels something like that. Like the energy is not just about, it's like you're realizing something's missing. Some component of emotional satisfaction is missing. And that doesn't necessarily mean within your relationship. It feels more like there's this component of, I have all this stuff, but I don't actually feel joy. So what will add to the joy? What can you do that creates the joy? And so I feel like that is where it is. And so it's not just... I was married to a Taurus, and I remember him saying, whoever has the most toys wins. And I'm not sure what you win if you don't have the joy. And so I think there's this need to really bring in the joy. Like something is really missing. He figured it out later, but at that time he didn't. Okay, so underlying issue here is the Nine of Pentacles. The ripeness. This is you knowing you can take care of you. This is, look, you have 2 9s here too. So this is some kind of a cycle that is ending. This is an awareness. This is an awareness that you have accomplished something really great. But this is an independent energy, right? This is I can do this for myself. I've got this. I can do this. What's missing is the feeling of a part of a community, right? When you lead from your heart, though, then that is energy we put out. That is our solar plexus energy right here next to the heart. And so when we lead from the heart, leadership, though, comes through the solar plexus. And so this is really connecting those two energies. And when we do that and we shine out there, then we bring others in that have the same heart resonance, and then you find your tribe, and there's a feeling of that, because here, this is where you find yourself, in the aloneness, the hermit. Now the hermit, though, it's not loneliness, it's aloneness. This is when you go within and you connect to your higher self and you find the answers within, because that's always where the answers are. They're not out there. They're not in other people's opinions. They're not in whatever the real answers when we're feeling isolated and kind of, we've got it all, but why am I not totally happy? That is a heart search, right? I lead from the heart. I feel like you're going to lead yourself, but in doing that, you also lead others. When you find what really resonates with you, what brings in the joy. The challenge is the conditioning. The challenge is the conditioning. It's the Devil card. The challenge is the conditioning. This lion here is dressed up like a lamb because he's trying to fit in with everybody else. It's like being controlled by everybody, being controlled by the expectations that were placed on you, being controlled by, well, that's the way it was always done and that's the way we need to continue to do it. But Uranus in your sign is saying that is not true anymore. And the North Node just went through your sign and it was unwinding those stories, and it's almost to the 0 point now. You have another full moon eclipse coming in your sign at 5 degrees of Taurus, which is significant because Mercury has moved from 5 to 15 and then back to 5 and then going forward. Jupiter, which has now entered your sign, is, well, on Tuesday, but by the time you see this, it is moving, it is going to do a retrograde between 5 and 15. That 5 degree point is where Venus, who rules your sign, was at during that 0 degree new moon in Aries. And if you are a Taurus rising, that would be your 12th house of spirituality. So for some of you, there's a great awakening that is happening, but no matter where it falls in your chart, that was the beginning of this unraveling of the old stories, because as the North Node moves into Aries, while we have Chiron there, we are unwinding the stories that we were told as children about ourselves, that we were told by others, this imprinting that was going on. Talk about imprinting geese. The first person they see, the first thing they see, that's their mother, right? There was that boy that the geese followed around because they thought he was sitting there when they hatched, and they thought that was their mom. There is this imprinting that happens when we are in those early years, from the time we're in the womb until we're like 7, 8. There's a lot of imprinting. That information comes in because that's when the Saturn square happens. And so there's a lot of stuff that comes in, and we're like, okay, so this is how it is. And now the challenge for you is, can you break through the conditioning? Can you say, okay, well, I have the most toys, but I'm still not happy. So what am I winning? What am I winning? Right? You know, I have it all. The harvest, look at the bounty there, right? But somehow all of this conditioning is the burden. That's what this feels like. This feels like the pressure that you put on yourself to show yourself to the world as really being well put together. And I find that most people who put out the energy of feeling well put together inside, they're like, oh my God, I wish I knew what I was doing. And you do if you go inside. You will know what to do. I think we should give ourselves more credit than we do as a rule. So, in the energy outside of you, you have a 5 of Pentacles. You have someone who feels locked out, someone who feels like they're on the outside looking in. And that's why I kind of think that it is possible for you to take some of the knowledge and the wisdom you've gained, some of the skills that you've had, and pour them into your community. And in doing that, then you will find that missing piece, that thing that makes you feel like you are leading with your heart, you're doing something, and this is where that sense of true abundance comes from. That is when you feel like the King of Pentacles, when you can give back, right? When you don't have to hang on to everything, when you are free to also give. And the thing about the universe is whatever you give to the universe, they return to you 10 times. So whatever love you put out into the universe will return to you 10 times. Whatever skills or knowledge you put out, you're going to gain more. You're going to meet people. They're going to have things. It's going to add to you, your ability to use your conscious mind to assimilate that and figure out what to do. There's a deepening of awareness. And so you're creating this bigger network, which will probably lead to even more wealth, but more importantly, more emotional satisfaction. Because at some point, it's not about the money. It's not about the success financially. It's not about having the good stuff. It is about the success in the heart. Do I feel joy? That's what we're all here to do, is create joy. And so what is the opportunity? The opportunity is the Knight of Pentacles. The opportunity is to slow down and move toward this rainbow. Look, he doesn't, this is the opportunity to move toward the, you don't get a rainbow unless there's been a storm. And it's the beauty, and it's the completion, and it's all of the frequencies, and it's the promise, right? If you slow down, you could start moving toward it. This is on the outside looking in. The rainbow's over here. You're on the other side of this fence. You have the opportunity to open up the gate. And this also feels to me like an inner child. And so even though this is the energy outside of you, this could be your inner child feels outside of you, and you've lost the sense of joy. And if you slow down and do things a little differently, you can reclaim that. If you're one of those people that say, I used to have a lot of fun when I was a kid, I don't have so much fun anymore, think about that. What was so fun about it? Was it the adventure you used to do? Was it the curiosity? Was it the play that was in every day? How can you put that back in? You know, is there an activity that you enjoyed that you've kind of gotten away from because you're so busy being responsible, carrying this burden of, I've got to climb this mountain. I've got to show everybody how awesome I am. You don't have to show anybody anything. That's the truth. But if you lead from the heart, they will follow anyways. You don't have to prove yourself. You're just being you out there, living your best life, finding joy in what you do. Because trust me, when we look around the world, who do you want to hang out with? Really? I mean, really. It's people like Tony Robbins, who has the money and also has the heart. And he leads from the heart. It's that kind of energy, right? What are you asked to do? To trust. To trust that your emotions will carry you forward. It's the Knight of Cups. To trust the passion that you feel for something. To trust the love that you feel for something. And to let yourself soar and fly into that emotion. Allow yourself to feel the bliss. Allow it to carry you forward. What do you want to do for fun? What would bring you joy and happiness? Because the outcome card 6 years from now is outstanding. I don't think I've seen a better one yet, which is great because it's your new moon, and I am more than halfway through these readings. You have the King and the Queen of Wands. This is the divine masculine and feminine within you. This is the creator energy, and this is the energy of sharing. This is having more than enough and being able to share it and knowing that you can manifest more. And it comes with the 10 of Pentacles. You get out of the 9 into the 10. We are the world. We have it all. This is really having it all. This is having the financial resources, the ability and knowledge that you can create it. And there's more than enough that you can share it out into the world because you know you can manifest more. You have it all in 6 years. You can have it all. It starts with you right now making the intention with this new moon that I'm going to trust that there is joy and happiness for me to find out there. And I'm going to take it nice and slow, and I'm going to go and chase down those dreams, those goals. I'm going to go find the fun again in my life. I'm going to lead from my heart. I'm going to share my knowledge, my wisdom, my skills out there in a way that helps others to lift them up too. Because when we lift others, it elevates us, right? We lead from the heart. That is true leadership. That is true leadership. And you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Set down that burden. Instead, do what you love to do and help others to find the joy in it also. Whatever that is, however you do that. You are a gift to the world, Taurus. Now be a gift to yourself. And the gift that you give yourself is sharing the joy and the love of what you're doing and the knowledge and the wisdom with this kind and open heart without the pressures of having to prove yourself. That is a gift you can give yourself. I'm on Facebook. I did a 22-minute video on this new moon if you're interested in it. It is, it's out now because it came out on Thursday. Happy new moon to you. This is a big one. It's a big one. Come and join the community. Hang out with us. Thanks for your comments and for sharing. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Oh, God, I almost forgot. Hold on. Pomona's like, what? So I have a deck here. I got a new head spirit guide. And we went shopping on Amazon about a year ago for a deck. And I have not used it for anyone or anything else. Oh, wow. Is the juice worth the squeeze? You got citrus. Is the juice worth the squeeze? I love that. So, you know, boy, look at that solar energy, right? I mean, oh my God. This is why I use this deck. It is so great. I highly recommend it as a personal deck for anybody. It's called the Seed and the Sickle. 45, 4 plus 5. It's a 9. You have all this 9 energy here. All right. It says, this card of capability and empowerment. You have been stuck in limbo lately, waiting for someone to make the time to help you. Ultimately, however, it will be faster to brush up on the skills you lack and do things yourself. Be like the citrus fruit with all of the important nutrients. Fill yourself with the value and the strength that will benefit you both now and in the future. So, what do you want to do? Brush up on your skills, and oh my God, brush up on your skills. We learn most when we teach. All right, guys, you take care. We'll talk to you soon.